MSA Sports Medicine, by Officially Sports, by Dollar Bank, by Monticello's Italian Restaurant, and by Management Science Associates.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Highmark Stadium at Station Square. We are in the city of Pittsburgh this afternoon. Paul Patera and Lou Root, and this is the WPIAL Class 4A Girls Soccer Championship match. And Lou, this is the one everybody's been targeting since the beginning of the season. You got the number one seed in the defending 3A champion Norwin Knights, 19-0-1 on the season, against the number 2 seed Canon-McMillan Big Macs, 18-0-1. These two teams have been looking toward each other all year. Now they've got each other.
And you can't ask for anything better than a number 1 versus a number 2 seed, and especially when both teams are undefeated. And we've had the opportunity to see both these teams in the playoffs. We saw Norwin in their quarterfinal win over Upper St. Clair. We saw Canon-McMillan in their thrilling double overtime win over Mount Lebanon in the semifinals. Two outstanding teams loaded with tons of talent, outstanding coaches, sound fundamentally. You want to see a game played between two teams that know how to play the game of soccer. You're going to get a chance to do that today here at Highmark Stadium. Anticipation is high. I was surprised. We had to park way down the parking lot. Yeah, we were almost to the point where we parked. That's how far down it was. And both fan groups from Norwin and Canon-McMillan tailgating, large contingent of fans on hand for both teams. Outstanding atmosphere here at Highmark Stadium, and it should be a game for the ages today. Division I
talent all around, but of course, when you're talking soccer, a lot of it goes with the goalkeepers for each team, the net minders, and you got two good ones here. For Canon-McMillan, Megan Virgin, the senior, 8 shutouts this year. For Norwin, Sam Wexel, the junior, who had 12 shutouts this year. She has been in 8 playoff games as the goalkeeper for the Norwin Knights, 7 shutouts, and an overall record since starting for the Norwin Knights as a freshman of 51-4-2 as a goalkeeper for the Norwin Knights. So lots of Division I players on the field, but those two girls behind the pipes are going to be key here this afternoon.
And it's something we talked about beforehand. Norwin outscoring opponents 13-0 in the playoffs. Wexel has 3 shutouts so far, and for Canon Mac, they are up 10-2, outscoring opponents in the playoffs. Megan Virgin giving up 2 goals, but how many outstanding saves did she have against Mount Lebanon in the semifinals? One on a penalty kick in the second overtime that saved the season for Canon-McMillan and got them here to the championship game at Highmark Stadium after Adelina Roman came up with a huge individual play to score the game-winning goal in double overtime for the Big Macs.
Now, with all the talent that will be on the field, couple of key pieces for each team will not be on the field. For the Norwin Knights, senior midfielder defender Megan Shervenik not playing due to a concussion, and a key loss for Canon-McMillan, one of their key scorers, Sabrina Bryan, senior forward, out for the season with a knee injury.
And that will hurt both teams, but still plenty of talent on both sides. I mean, when you look at Norwin, you think Emily Harrigan. She was the Progress Player of the Month in October here at MSA Sports. She scored the lone goal in their victory over Fox Chapel in the semifinals. And then when you look at Canon-McMillan, you look to Aideen O'Donoghue, one of their top players as well. And, of course, we mentioned Addie Roman had that huge goal in double overtime, so a lot of talent on both teams, and it's not just the so-called top-notch players, it's every player on these teams that you have to watch for.
You mentioned Harrigan, you mentioned O'Donoghue, each a Rutgers recruit, and as we talked about Bryan not playing, she is a Hofstra recruit, so that'll be a key loss for Dave Derrico's team. Canon-McMillan, Norwin, getting ready to get things going here.
This time, ladies and gentlemen,
right now, we will get the national anthem
by Peters Township High School student Lindsay Turek.
Lindsay Turek, a student at Peters Township High School, will sing the national anthem.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we
fine rendition from that young lady to get us ready to go here. Girls Class 4A WPIAL Championship game. The number 1 seed Norwin Knights, the number 2 seed Big Macs of Canon-McMillan. Canon-McMillan in the blue jerseys, blue shorts, white trim, white numerals. Norwin Knights in the white jerseys, white shorts, blue numerals. The navy blue, familiar for the Norwin Knights. Sam Wexel, the goalkeeper, in the pink jersey with the blue shorts and doing one of them handshakes. They've all got their little routines that they've got to do before the game. And we got ours too, so.
Yeah, we do.
No different up here in the press box.
We hear the first strains of the Open, and it's fist bump time.
Fist bump time. Busy weekend here in the WPIL. And they've brought up cookies and sandwiches. Okay.
Outstanding.
See, Lou, you talked to the right people.
I talked to the right people here. Thank you very much.
All right. Paul Patera, Lou Rude with you at Highmark Stadium. And Lou, you've been involved in championship contests. What goes through your mind? What are you feeling like right now, just seconds before it's about to begin?
Bundle of nerves. Bundle of nerves. Of course, mine was in football. And as soon as that first hit got in, the nerves went away. I'm sure here, as soon as you get that first touch with the ball or first contact with an opponent, the nerves will go away. But you're nervous. It's usually a good nervousness. It's the anticipation of competition, the anticipation of having a dream come true, essentially, is what it's all about. But, I'd say right now you could probably power the city of Pittsburgh off the nervous energy coming off of both of these teams as they get ready for the action today.
And I imagine those nerves, like you said, it's a good nerves. If you're not nervous, then you really probably shouldn't be out there.
Right. You should be feeling it. And I can say as a parent of a...
That's probably worse.
It's worse. It's worse when you're a parent, because I know how nervous I get when my daughter plays. And it's like,
Norwin Knights on the field. They'll go from left to right, meaning Canon-McMillan will go from right to left. Dave Derrica, the coach of the Canon-McMillan Big Macs. Lauren Karcher, the head coach of the Norwin Knights. And Norwin looks like it will start play with the ball. Alyssa Victor has it lined up at midfield. Sit back, relax. You're waiting for a dandy. And in some publications, these are the two of the top-ranked teams, not only in Pittsburgh, not only in Pennsylvania, but in the country.
And well-deserved ranking for both teams. I wasn't kidding when I said if you want to see how the game of soccer should be played, watch this game, because that's the way it's going to be done today. Two outstanding teams, fundamentally sound, talented. Should be a great one, Paul. No pressure on you now.
All right, we're underway. Norwin Victor with a long kick into Canon-McMillan's side of the field. Harrigan comes up on the ball as it's worked on the left side of the field. Harrigan with a kick into the far corner for the Norwin Knights, operating on offense. And the ball goes out of bounds. Be a goal kick to start things off for Canon-McMillan.
Goal kick for Canon-Mac.
Senior for the Big Macs is Megan Virgin, an excellent goalkeeper, and as Lou mentioned, made some key saves in that semifinal game against the darlings of the WPIAL playoffs, the Blue Devils of Mount Lebanon. Sends one downfield, but Norwin keeps it on its side of the field, on the Canon-McMillan side of the field with a header. Creeping up for it, Emily Arnold, the defender. She goes with a lead pass right side to Lexi Colano. Ball goes into the box, but it's headed out by Canon-McMillan defender Samantha Germeyer. Germeyer battling for it, but Norwin gets it back. This is Lexi Colano with the ball. Colano back to Lexi Kendro, and it's taken away but from Kendro by Canon-McMillan. Long lead pass. Could be a chance. Sprinting after the ball. O'Donoghue for Canon-McMillan. She's got a chance. Gets away from the defender, then falls to the ground. With a crossing pass, Aideen O'Donoghue with the ball. She's knocked to the turf, and Norwin gets it out of danger. Just joined us, Canon-McMillan, without one of its key players tonight, Sabrina Bryant. Canon-McMillan coming from right to left. Lexi Finney, the midfielder, taken away by Lexi Colano of Norwin. Lead pass for Canon-McMillan, trying to chase it down. Cheyenne Trest on the right side. Trest gets away from the defender, Brittany O'Connell. Back pass to Isabel Scheidenhelm. Canon-McMillan controlling play right now. Norwin trying to get it out of danger, and a long kick from the Norwin Knights. Emily Arnold, but it's in the middle of the field. Taken back by Canon-McMillan, Samantha Germeyer. Ball going back and forth now. There's a header. Norwin looked for the lead pass. There it is, but a bit too far. Taken back by Canon-McMillan. We've played almost 2 minutes in this WPIAL Class 3A Girls Championship soccer game. We're scoreless. Norwin Knights, a header on the far side of the field from Lexi Colano to Brittany O'Connell. Here's Emily Harrigan with a touch pass over on the far side. Operating with the ball, that was not Kongursky, but it's a long shot on goal, saved by Megan Virgin. Virgin sends one into the air on the drop kick, but it goes right to the waiting toe of Emily Arnold of Norwin, who sends it near side to Kelly Kongursky. Kongursky operating, trying to get away from the defender, marked very tightly by number 22, Madison Whipple of Canon-McMillan. Pass far side, Colano trying to track it down for Norwin. Out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Norwin Knights. Coming up to handle that here on the near side, Emily Arnold. Norwin operating on the right side of the field, throwing Colano with a header back to Arnold. Whipple pokes it free for Canon-McMillan. Another throw in for the Norwin Knights to Kelly Kongursky. Kongursky just short of the box with a pass to Colano. Colano on the cross. There's a shot that's going to go right into the waiting arms once again of Megan Virgin off the toe of Lexi Kendro. Norwin with a couple of shots early, but we're still scoreless. Just under 37 minutes to play in the first half. Long pass.
Yeah,
Sorry about
I don't want to say they were easy saves for Virgin, but she was able to see them the whole way in. Makes a big difference when you're not screened.
Ball kicked out of bounds by the Norwin Knights. Madison Jenicola, the sophomore.
I figured I'd give your voice a little bit of a break there.
Well, we're only doing one game this week, so it should be. There's a throw-in that's going to roll out of bounds and be a goal kick for the Norwin Knights. Sam Wexel, daughter of Western Pennsylvania sports writer Jim Wexel. Picks it up, steadies it. She gets ready to set the play for the Norwin Knights. And Wexel boots one up into the air in the direction of Alyssa Victor. Lexi Colano, gets it free for Norwin. Lead past Emily Harrigan. Harrigan tracks it down on the left side. Harrigan steadies the ball. Crossing pass, but it's going to go out of bounds off the toe of Harrigan. And a goal kick for the Canon-McMillan Big Macs. This game and the broadcast rights to this game are the sole and exclusive property of the WPIAL and the MSA Sports Network. Any broadcast of this game is intended exclusively for the benefit of the listening audience, and any use, rebroadcast, or distribution of this broadcast without the express written consent of the WPIAL and MSA Sports Network is strictly prohibited. Norwin with the ball. Erickson, far side. Touch pass from Harrigan, but it's kicked away on the far side from number 5, Brittany O'Connell. Out of bounds, be a throw-in for O'Connell on the far side of the field. 35-16 and turning to play in the first half. We're scoreless. Throw into Harrigan. Harrigan, cross field. Kongursky in the box, battling for it, but taken away by a Canon-McMillan defender. But Norwin keeps up the pressure. There's a header, but Kongursky can't get to it, and Megan Virgin, the Canon-McMillan goalkeeper, does.
And we're going to have to count that as a save, too, because it was right on net. And if she doesn't save it, it goes in the net for a goal, even though it was a slow roller.
Sends one long downfield. Addie Roman trying to get it for Canon-McMillan. It goes back. Isabel Scheidenhelm with a long pass. That's too far for Cheyenne Treston, out of bounds. Throw in on the far side for the Norwin Knights. 3
saves for Virgin so far, 3 shots on goal by Norwin.
Emily Harrigan operating with the ball for the Norwin Knights. There's a touch pass back to Emily Arnold. Arnold works it near side. Good slide tackle by Aideen O'Donoghue, and O'Donoghue has some space with the ball. Aideen O'Donoghue working near side. Back pass to Madison Whipple. Whipple on the cross, taken away by the Norwin defense, but it comes free. O'Donoghue shoots and it goes wide of the net. Sam Wexel came on after the ball. O'Donoghue had some twine to shoot for, but just pushed it a bit wide.
And Wexel slow getting up right now, as there was a collision there between Wexel, O'Donoghue, and defender Emily Arnold right in the box area. And O'Donoghue trying to get either a goal or a cross, but no one could get in to touch it in. The goal was wide open, but no one home for Canon-Mac.
Be a goal kick for the Norwin Knights. Wexel appears to be okay. Steadies it and gets ready for the goal kick for the Norwin Knights. Wexel sends it near side to Kelly Kongursky, but there's a few Knights around the ball. It gets past all of them. Madison Whipple takes it for Canon-McMillan. Back pass to Scheidenhelm. Scheidenhelm sends it far side of the field, but the only one there for it for the Norwin Knights, Madison Jenicola. Jenicola. Tuss patch over on the far side. Worked up, Lexi Kendro. Up ahead, Kelly Kongursky with some room. Kongursky, and it's taken away by the Canon-McMillan defense. That was Elizabeth Ross. There's a battle for it at midfield, fighting for it. Alyssa Victor for Norwin. Going to be a foul on her. Free kick for Canon-McMillan.
A nice defensive play by Ross that time for Canon-Mac, but this play by O'Donohue down here, the best scoring chance of the game so far for Canon-Mac. Can't count as a shot on goal because it went wide, but boy, she had the Norwin people worried on that one.
Riley O'Corn with the free kick from midfield. Goes right to the toe of the Norwin Knights. Alexi Kendro up to Lexi Colano. Pass for Harrigan, too far for her, and Canon-McMillan gets control, but Kendro gets it back. Colano. Back, Arnold with a long lead pass, sprinting after for the Norwin Knights, Lexi Kendro, but it comes back to Lexi Colano on the near side. Working on the right side of the attack, Norwin, crossing pass, but it's going to go right into the arms of goalkeeper Megan Virgin.
And they had Emily Harrigan sitting in the box wide open for a moment, but good defense by Canon-McMillan to deny the cross pass, trying to reach Harrigan.
And we got a couple of bodies hitting the ground hard.
Free kick for Canon-Mac.
Free kick for Canon-McMillan with Cheyenne Trest of Canon-McMillan and Madison Janicola for Norwin.
Be a free kick for Canon-Mac. And Trest, of course, had that penalty kick in the first overtime against Mount Lebanon, robbed by the Mount Lebanon goaltender.
A classic game played last Saturday night at Baldwin High School.
And we had the fortune to be there for it.
Yep.
Good fortune, I should say.
Absolutely. Free kick for Canon-McMillan. This one's going to head into the box, but it's headed out of danger by Norwin defender Madison Janicola. On the far side, Katie Erickson tries to shoot it up, but it's too far for Emily Harrigan, and Canon-McMillan awaits the ball on the far side. Norwin still controlling, but kept in play. Good play by Brittany O'Connell. O'Connell in the middle of the field. Here come the Norwin Knights. Lexi Kendro. Back pass to Emily Arnold as they operate up the right side of the field. Long pass from Arnold. Bit too long and out of bounds. But they got them two good forwards in Lexi Kendro and Emily Harrigan, and Norwin trying to get them the ball. Touch pass. Addie Bryan. Here's Madison Whipple operating through a double team. Canon-McMillan, pass up ahead. Addie Roman on the near side, marked very tightly and poked away from her. Good defensive play by Natalie Dermis for the Norwin Knights. Whipple with a throw-in on the near side, a bit to our left, tries to throw it into the box area, but Dermis knocks it away. Out of bounds, last touch by Canon-McMillan. So a throw-in for the Norwin Knights, deep inside their own territory. Dermis up for Kelly Kingerski, too far for her. Taken away by Canon-McMillan. That's Lexi Finney. Out of bounds, be a throw-in. Madison Whipple near side. Whipple up to Addie Roman, just outside the box. Bodying her up as Dermis, and all Roman can do is send it out of bounds. Goal kick for the Norwin Knights. 29-46 and turning to play in the first half of a scoreless tie.
Defensive struggle to this point. One super chance at a goal by Adine O'Donohue of Canon-McMillan, and three so-so chances by Norwin, but basically the defenses have clamped down on both teams' offense.
Harrigan, a lead pass for Lexi Colano, too far for her, tracking it down is Samantha Germeyer. Out of bounds, it'll be a throw-in for the Norwin Knights. And coming up to handle that task is Emily Arnold. Canon-McMillan packing into the box area. Arnold throws it in for Kongursky, and Whipple just kicks it back out of bounds. It'll be another throw-in. Arnold for Harrigan. Harrigan takes a bump from behind. There's a crossing pass, just headed wide of the goal.
Goal kick for Canon-Mac.
Be a goal kick for Canon-McMillan. Brittany O'Connell, the midfielder, creeped up, had a chance, just headed it a bit wide of the net.
She was in perfect position, maybe a foot past the right post, or it would have been a quick goal for Norwin here.
Norwin Knights taking the ball away. Alyssa Victor. Victor sends it far side for Brittany O'Connell. O'Connell marked by the Canon-McMillan defense, and the ball's taken away. Both players hitting the ground. Canon-McMillan with the ball. Lead pass on the far side, taken away. Katie Erickson by the Norwin Knights. Kicks that one right off the head of Lexi Finney of Canon-McMillan. Header by Colano over on the far side for O'Connell for Norwin. Brittany O'Connell. Touch pass from Victor, but it's taken away by Canon-McMillan. Big Mac coming from right to left. Lead pass for Adine O'Donohue. Taken away by the Norwin defense. Up ahead, it's Victor. Victor with a lead pass. Harrigan's in front of the defense. Emily Harrigan shoots. Scores!
Goes forward for the Norwin Knights, number 23,
Emily Harrigan, the Rutgers recruit, got ahead of the defense, found the back corner of the net, and the Norwin Knights lead 1-0.
And got a great lead pass that sent her off on that run. Who sent it to her?
I believe that was Victor, wasn't
Victor,
it?
yeah, you called it. So Victor will get the assist.
And the Norwin Knights lead 1-0. Goal coming at the 27:50 mark of the first half.
And just that quickly, Harrigan strikes for Norwin.
Norwin on the move again.
And I'm proud of you, Paul. You didn't set the lady
I
off.
did not. Another lead pass for Harrigan. Harrigan tries to track it down. Can she keep it on the field of play? She does in the far right corner. Harrigan, lead pass taken away by the Canon-McMillan defense. Kongursky creeps it up. Can't get it for Norwin. Riley O'Corn sends it out of danger for Canon-McMillan. And you can sense some momentum on Norwin's side right now.
Yeah,
Canon-McMillan needed to come up with that defensive stop.
Yeah, they were feeling it, trying to go for a second quick goal.
Lexi Finney to Liz Ross. Ross up ahead to Addie Roman. Poked away by Emily Arnold, but Canon-McMillan gets it back. Lead pass, but the Norwin defense is just going to come to that one first. And it's taken away and kicked out of bounds by Emily Arnold.
Be a corner kick for Canon-McMillan. First corner of the game and the first chance to see their set piece.
In right away, Madison Whipple, and we have a whistle. And the ball will go to the Norwin Knights.
Offsides.
Offside is the call against Canon-Mac. So free kick for the Norwin Knights. 26.5 minutes to play in the first half. Norwin 1, Canon-McMillan 0. Emily Harrigan finding the back of the net. Arnold, long pass. That one's off the head of Lexi Colano, but too far for Harrigan. But Alyssa Victor gets it back. Victor with a nice pass up ahead. Here come the Norwin Knights again. Out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Canon-McMillan. Near side, Liz Ross. Ross gets it in, taken away by Emily Arnold. Lexi Kendro, back to Alyssa Victor. To Kendro, taken away from her, and this is Isabel Scheidenheim. Long lead pass for Canon-McMillan, trying to get it to Cheyenne Tress, taken away by the Norwin defense. Madison Jenicola with some open space on the left side of the field. Up ahead to Brittany O'Connell. And it's going to be taken away on a good play by the Canon-McMillan defense. Sydney Snyder knocking it out of goal kick for Canon-McMillan.
Yeah, did a nice job screening off Norwin so that the ball would go over the end line and give Virgin a chance for the goal kick.
25-25 to play in the first half. It can also be a Zager and Evans song for the young people.
Yeah, they won't remember.
In the year 25-25 it was called. There's a header from Addie Roman. Up for O'Donoghue, taken away from her. The Norwin Knights, Colano with the ball. And we got a whistle and a foul on Norwin. So it'll be a free kick in the middle of the field for Canon-McMillan.
Free kick for Lady
I
Knights.
call the Norwin fans don't like too much.
No. That's one thing the fans down here have been very willing to do, and that's get on the officials. I noticed that the other night when I had the 2A championship game with Freedom and Freeport.
Won by Freedom.
Yes.
Riley O'Corn with a long pass into the box. Addie Roman with a chance. Roman, and is knocked away, goes to the ground.
Penalty
no
kick.
call. Penalty kick is called?
Yep,
Yes,
penalty kick.
A penalty kick for Canon-McMillan. 24-33 to play in the first half. A Norwin player is down. That's number 33, Natalie Darmus. And not getting up. And it's going to be a penalty kick for Canon-McMillan.
That'll be another O'Donoghue's going to take it.
Aideen O'Donoghue, the Rutgers recruit. The Rutgers recruit for Norwin has already scored. Can the Rutgers recruit for Canon-McMillan get on the board? They're still tending to Madison Jenicola, Natalie Dermis of Norwin. 24-33 to play in the first half. 1-0 Norwin. Emily Harrigan scoring at the 27:50 mark.
And there's something when we do games, we get penalty kicks. I mean, I did one the other night. Not a single penalty kick in Freedom Freeport game.
Big weekend for Freedom High School. Winning the girls Class 2A WPIAL championship, and then the football team with a big upset last night, 38-21 over East Allegheny, a game I had the pleasure to call. And the thing, Freedom's running game, over 300 yards rushing last night.
And their girls soccer team is undefeated. And, McKella Watkins and Mila Sharpless had a pair of goals each, and they're both sophomores. They have a very young soccer team. They're undefeated, and as soon as they finished taking the picture, they got their picture down here in the center of the circle with the scoreboard in the backdrop. And you'll see that on the MSA Sports site. But as soon as they were done, their battle cry was Hershey. So they've got their sights set on Hershey, as Dermis is still down for Canon-McMillan, or for Norwin rather.
Looked to be working on her left leg. Now they have her up. And you hear the applause from the fans in front of us here at Highmark Stadium. Sam Wexel, the Norwin goalie, smacked both side posts and the crossbar. She's going to be ready to try to stop a penalty kick that's going to be taken by Adine O'Donoghue, the senior forward for Canon-McMillan. A penalty kick means just shoot her on goalie, and then after the shot, all heck can break loose. O'Donoghue eyeing it up. Wexel directing traffic in the goal.
Go, Sam!
O'Donoghue gets the whistle, shoots, saved by Wexel! Ball knocked away, and Katie Erickson sends it out of bounds. And that's why there's Division I schools salivating over Sam Wexel to be their goalkeeper. What a diving save by the junior.
And that's her first official save in the game. And what a big one on a PK. And I got it starred here, Paul, so we can remember that one.
That was a 24-33.
24-33. Save on the penalty kick.
Ball still on the Norwin side of the field. Liz Ross for Canon-McMillan through the legs of Scheidenheim, but Lexi Finney, and it's taken away from her. There's a lead pass. Kelly Kongursky trying to track it down for Norwin, but Sydney Snyder beats her to the ball for Canon-McMillan. Snyder gets away from Kongursky. Kongursky with a slide move, but it just goes forward to Scheidenheim. But there's Norwin putting on the pressure. Victor took to Colano. Lexi Colano, but Canon-McMillan's going to get it back. Big Mac's coming from right to left. Near side, Madison Whipple. Whipple, lead pass too far for Addie Roman, and out of bounds, a throw-in for the Norwin Knights.
And that other theme we have are penalty kicks and saves. No scores on them.
Yeah, we've seen 3 penalty kicks the last 2 Saturdays, and none have gone in the net. There's a lead pass. Addie Roman's got a chance. Wexel comes out of the net. Dives, doesn't get much on it. Wexel's on the ground. Back pass, O'Donoghue, wide of the net. Just a tad wide right of the net, and O'Donoghue had an open net and just couldn't find the back of it.
There was nobody. There were a couple of Norwin defenders, but they obviously couldn't use their hands. And she tried to put it on the near post, couldn't get it. Another outstanding opportunity for Canon-Mac.
Annabelle Thomas in the Canon-McMillan lineup, replacing Madison Whipple. Goal kick out to Emily Harrigan, who heads it back for Lexi Colano. Colano marked very tightly by Isabel Scheidenhelm. Has to kick it back to Emily Arnold. Arnold with a long kick, steadied by Harrigan. Harrigan loses the defender. Harrigan with a lead pass to Colano, but too far and out of bounds.
Right idea, trying to get Colano to take a run down the right side and then get it back to her, but just a little too far on the pass.
This one comes into Cheyenne Trest. It's just taken away from her by Brittany O'Connell. And I guess she was a bit too rough in the taking away process. Foul on Norwin. 22-10 to play in the first half. Norwin 1, Canon-McMillan nothing. And Norwin clinging to that 1-0 lead after Sam Wexel stopped the penalty kick from Adine O'Donoghue. Free kick, Riley O'Corn. Up for Annabelle Thomas, but headed away by Victor. And what a great play by Harrigan to keep it on the field of play. Norwin with numbers, coming the other way. Lead pass, but that's too far for Colano. Steadied in the back row by Canon-McMillan, Samantha Germeyer. Canon-McMillan on the move, but there's Katie Erickson for Norwin, just sending it out of bounds and out of trouble. So it'll be a throw-in on the far side of the field. Coming up the right side, the Canon-McMillan offense. And Sydney Snyder comes up to handle the throw-in chores for Canon-Mac. There's a lob into the box, but it goes right to Alyssa Victor, but it goes over her head. Body's on the ground again. Erickson knocking it off out of bounds on the far side. And it looks like this will be a corner kick. No, it's just going to be a throw-in for Canon-Mac. Throw into the box too far for Annabelle Thomas, and then headed over the end line by Alyssa Victor of Norwin. This will be a corner kick for Canon-McMillan. And handling the corner kick, Addie Roman, the sophomore. Over on the far side of the field, to our left. Roman steadies it, putting it down for the corner kick. There it is, goes along the ground, deflected by a Norwin player. Keeping it in the box, Aideen O'Donoghue back to Roman. Roman with a shot, Wexel in the air, goes over her head but goes out of bounds. Canon-McMillan's putting some good pressure on Norwin.
They are putting pressure on, but unfortunately they can't get the ball in the net. And they've had a couple of outstanding opportunities to do it, but haven't been able to convert. And that's the story of the game so far. Norwin converted on their best chance when Harrigan put it in on the breakaway.
We are midway through the first half. Norwin 1, Canon-McMillan nothing. Ball taken away by O'Donoghue. Then she's knocked to the ground by Lexi Kendro. Kendro up ahead, but there's Liz Ross of Canon-McMillan waiting for the ball. Kongursky pokes it away, but Germeyer gets it for Canon-McMillan. Norwin gets it back, pass for Kongursky, too far, there's Germeyer again. Then Colano, Harrigan, couple headers. Kongursky trying to get the ball. Headed away by Germeyer, and Cheyenne Trest kicks it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Norwin Knights. Brittany O'Connell, throw-in near side, lob for Emily Harrigan. Header to Lexi Colano. Kick back, but there's Alyssa Victor waiting for it. Sends it over on the far side. Trying to track it down is Katie Erickson. Rachel Ross is in the Norwin lineup for the first time. There's a pass into the box. Colano, Lexi Colano, handles to Alyssa Victor. Victor with a touch pass, taken away by Cheyenne Trest of Canon-McMillan, but her shot is deflected, and there's Emily Harrigan, losing Liz Ross on defense. Harrigan keeps it on the field of play. Emily Harrigan, Kongursky with a touch pass. Lexi Kendro. Kendro kicks it out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for Canon-McMillan.
Goal kick for Canon-Mac.
That's what I just said, PA announcer. Paul Patera, Lou Rude, we're at Highmark Stadium at Station Square. What a view this is, looking at the river on a beautiful fall Saturday afternoon, watching some soccer with 18.5 to play in the first half. Norwin leading Canon-McMillan in the girls' Class 4A championship game. Last year it would have been 3A, AAA. Brittany O'Connell back, Lexi Kendro. Kendro sends one high in the air, and that's going to be too far and out of bounds. Lexi Kendro, the junior midfielder. And you look at this, Kendro's a junior, Harrigan's a junior.
Back in the game for goal, number 33, Natalie Loomis.
Wexel's a junior. So there's some youth on this Norwin team as well. Erickson's a junior. Goal kick for Canon-McMillan up ahead, but taken away by Victor of Norwin. Then Ross battling for it. And Victor just, with some thievery, takes it away, but it's poked away from her by Lexi Finney of Canon-McMillan. Norwin gets it back. Victor with a touch pass on the far side to Katie Erickson. Erickson too far for Kelly Kongursky, but Victor keeps it on the Canon-McMillan side of the field, and then it's poked away by the Big Max. And Katie Erickson just sends it softly back to Sam Wexel, who kicks it back to Katie Erickson, far side of the field, as the Norwin Knights come up the left side, and then Erickson just sends a long pass. Harrigan sprinting past Canon-McMillan defenders, but can't get to it before it goes over the end line. Goal kick, Canon-McMillan. 17:03 to play in the first half. Norwin 1, Canon-McMillan nothing. Substitution for Norwin. Kendall Kranitz comes in, gives Kelly Kongursky a break. Virgin sends a long goal kick downfield. Annabelle Thomas steadies it for Canon-McMillan. Marked very tightly on the defense by Madison Jenicola of Norwin. Jenicola for Kranitz. Taken away by Canon-McMillan. Liz Ross sends it into the middle of the field. Isabel Scheidenhelm. Scheidenhelm tries to send it near side, too far for Cheyenne Trest. So it'll be a throw-in right in front of us. Handling that is Emily Arnold for Norwin. Header from Colano, but out of bounds. Lexi Colano is a senior. Be a throw-in. Near side for Canon-McMillan. Too far for Cheyenne Trest. Norwin gets it back. The talented Emily Harrigan. Touch pass. Kranitz going to try to track it down. Near side. Kranitz boots it away from a defender. Kranitz passing to the box. Deflected away. Going to roll out of bounds off Canon-McMillan for a Norwin throw-in.
Yeah, Samantha Germeyer with a nice play defensively for Cannon Mac was able to block that attempted pass into Harrigan.
There's the lob into the box, but waiting for it. Canon-McMillan defense. Emily Arnold. Arnold, lead pass. That's too far for Rachel Ross and out of bounds. Goal kick, Canon-McMillan. Don't forget this championship match is brought to you by Progress First and Turf and by Carlow University, proud sponsor of all girls high school sports on the MSA Sports Network. Goal kick, but Victor takes it away for Norwin. Kranitz with a touch pass to Harrigan. Back kick to Katie Erickson. Katie Erickson sends it into the box, but waiting for it and handling it is Megan Virgin, the keeper for the Canon-McMillan Big Macs. Virgin with a strong drop kick.
Yeah, well over midfield.
Headed by Victor. And there's Katie Erickson. Canon-McMillan with a chance. Trying to get it to O'Donoghue, but the Norwin defense waiting for her. But Roman keeps it. Roman with a kick in the direction of Wexel. Wexel handles it off a bounce. And she'll set it up for a...
We'll give that as a shot on goal because she was right in front of the net when she made the save. So 2 shots on goal, 2 saves for Wexel, and 3 shots on goal, 2 saves for Virgin.
Katie Erickson far side up ahead to Emily Harrigan. Harrigan with a nifty move to get away from the defense. Still handling the ball. Harrigan, that pass is deflected, and there's Madison Whipple sending it across midfield to Annabelle Thomas, but Thomas is marked and it's poked away by Emily Arnold of Norwin. Excuse me, that was Madison Genicola, 14, not 4. And it'll be a throw-in for Norwin. Rachel Ross gets it into Emily Harrigan. Poked away from her, another throw-in for the Norwin Knights. Constant moving clock, of course, in WPIAL soccer.
Yeah, the only time we stopped was for the injury.
And the goal and the penalty kick.
True. All of the above.
All of the above. I'm learning this game.
Yes, you are.
Long lead pass taken away by Norwin. Norwin's a physical team, too.
Yes, they are.
Emily Harrigan taken away from her.
Of course, Canon-McMillan doesn't shy away from it either.
Not at all.
Two solid teams here, and it shows in the play today so far.
Like you said, if you want to see how the game is played, these are 2 teams to watch. Katie Erickson on the far side of the field sends it across midfield in the direction of Kranitz. Knocked away from her, but there's Lexi Kendro. Kendro operating with some open space. Sends a pass into the box too far for Kranitz. Headed out of that area by Canon-McMillan. Whipple with a back kick to Germeyer. Up ahead, but Victor, Johnny on the spot as usual. Lead pass for Harrigan, but the goalie Virgin comes out. Virgin knocking Harrigan to the ground and then grabs the ball.
She said, I want it. I'm going to get it, and don't get in my way.
Harrigan beat her once when she got ahead of the defense. Megan Virgin was saying, not this time.
And, of course, she has the right to go get the ball, and she did.
Liz Ross poked away from her. Riley O'Corn for Canon-McMillan. Pass up ahead. Annabelle Thomas with some room. She's marked over there by the Norwin defense. Natalie Dermis back on the field. That's good to see. Annabelle Thomas with a back kick. Sydney Snyder for Canon-McMillan. Sends one towards the goal. Wexel waiting for it. And there's a collision on the field between Cheyenne Trest of Canon-McMillan and Lexi Colano of Norwin.
And the Canon Mac fans wanted another penalty kick, but instead we're going to get a goal kick from Norwin. And you can hear the Canon-McMillan fans not happy. And, it's 1-0, Paul, but it could very easily be 2-2 or 2-1 in favor of Canon-McMillan. They had a couple of excellent opportunities, just not able to convert, one of which was a penalty kick.
Lexi Kendro sends it ahead. Ball on the Norwin side of the field, but there's Emily Arnold sending it up the right side. Lexi Colano. Colano with a back kick too far for Kendro, but there's Lissa Victor. Her long pass for Kendall Kranitz. Kranitz sprinting after it. Germeyer takes it away. Then Kranitz knocks it free, but Germeyer now for Canon-McMillan. Up ahead for Cheyenne Trest. She's marked by Lexi Kendro. Trest sends it up the near side. Ball rolling on some open space. Annabelle Thomas for Canon-McMillan sprints after it and beats Emily Arnold to the ball. And we got a whistle. Don't know what the call is. It looks like it's going to be a throw-in.
Free kick for Canon-Mac.
Free kick for Canon-Mac. Okay.
And now it's the Norwin's fans' turn to be upset. I thought they were just playing on. It didn't look like it was anything bad going on down there. A lot worse has happened and wasn't called.
Sydney Snyder with the free kick. Sends it towards the goal. Header. Wexel comes out, knocks it away.
Yeah, she came out and just punched that thing out of there.
This one comes toward her, and she'll grab it out of the air.
And it's a good thing she did because Addie Roman was right there on the doorstep looking for the header into the net.
Lexi Colano knocked to the ground on a slide tackle by Aideen O'Donoghue. Be a free kick for the Norwin Knights. Substitution coming in for Norwin. Number 5, Brittany O'Connell back in.
Jaden Williams and Isabel Scheidenheim in for Canon-McMillan.
Both teams going to the bench a little bit. That one off the head of the Canon-McMillan defender. Jaden Williams out of bounds. Throw in Norwin. Lexi Kendro tosses it in. But Jaden Williams, Canon-McMillan gets to it first, then poked by O'Donoghue across midfield. Annabelle Thomas trying to control under the defensive pressure of Natalie Darmus.
They're going to call Darmus for a push, and it'll be another free kick for Canon-McMillan. And the officials taking some heat now. They can't do anything right for either group of fans. Of course, what's different with that anyway,
yeah.
Right? It's always the
Rarely
same.
do the other fans go, "Great call, ref. That was fabulous." Excuse me. Riley O'Corn sends it into the box for Canon-McMillan. Alyssa Victor heads it out of the box to Emily Harrigan with a back kick hitting the ground hard for the Norwin Knights is Brittany O'Connell. And then Cheyenne Trest can't control the ball and it goes out of bounds. 9:15 and turning to play in the first half. Norwin 1, Canon-McMillan nothing. Girls Class 4A WPIAL Championship game. Emily Harrigan. Harrigan's pass too far for Kendall Kranitz up the near side.
And one of the charms of Highmark Stadium, the ever-present train coming through. We're right next to the tracks here along the river, and if you thought you heard a train, you did.
You did. It's just such a cool setting here.
It is.
Being right on Station Square. Lexi Kendro shields off the defender, but Aideen O'Donoghue's able to poke it away. But Norwin trying to keep it on Canon-McMillan's side of the field, cannot. Lead pass ahead for Annabelle Thomas, taken away from her. And then Jenna Cola sends it far side. Kendall Kranitz is going to track it down. Coming up the left side, the Norwin Knights. Kranitz, marked by Sydney Snyder. Kranitz sends it, and on a bounce, it's taken away by Megan Virgin.
And she had Emily Harrigan coming in. Virgin had to grab it quickly to keep Harrigan away from it.
Harrigan with the game's only goal at the 27:50 mark of the first half. Canon-McMillan did have a penalty kick at 24:33, but Aideen O'Donoghue's kick was saved by Sam Wexel.
Yeah, she tried to pick the left-hand corner from the goalie's viewpoint, and Wexel made a diving save to knock the ball away.
Wexel sends one skyward with a punt. The ball's on Canon-McMillan's side of the field, but Madison Whipple has it for the Big Macs. Up ahead for Cheyenne Trest, and Wexel's going to come out and grab this ball in the box. He wasn't even going to give Cheyenne Trest a chance.
And the thing about Wexel and Virgin, too, they're both very athletic, and they come way out of the keeper's area to make plays. They're very aggressive as goaltenders, both of them.
Between the two of them, they got 20 shutouts this year. And you
That's
can see
not
why.
too shabby, yep. I mean, Wexel right now is out beyond where the penalty kick area is, out in front of her goal, playing very aggressive. Now she drops back in a little bit.
Couple substitutions getting ready to come in. Allison Paxton for Canon-McMillan, and Lexi Colano getting ready to come back in for Norwin. We got a free kick for Canon-McMillan.
Melissa Victor took down Aiden O'Donoghue, and this will be a dangerous free kick for Canon-McMillan, about 25 yards out from the net.
And it looks like Addie Roman's going to handle the. No, she walks away, so the free kick will be Isabel Scheidenhelm. The box is set up by the Norwin defenders. Scheidenhelm gets ready to kick it. Scheidenhelm sends it skyward, too tall, and over the net.
Goal kick for Norwin.
Trying to pick the upper part of the net. Wexel she's got some ups. Her hand was up there at the top of the net looking to punch it away, but that was a good 2 feet above the crossbar.
Wexel 5'10", so a good size for a goalkeeper. She said she started learning the position reading books by Hope Solo, pretty fair goalkeeper for the United States national team. Free kick for Norwin, closing in on the 6-minute mark of the first half, 1-0 Knights. Knights coming from left to right. It'll be a free kick just inside midfield. Alyssa Victor, the junior midfielder. Victor sends one into the box in the direction of Harrigan. Harrigan heads it. Didn't get much on it. It's an easy grab of the ball by Megan Virgin, the Canon-Mac goalkeeper.
He grabs it quickly, fakes the throw, and now will punt it away.
Over on the near side, Cheyenne Trest. Trest is bodied up by Emily Arnold of Norwin. Then there's a header by Madison Jenicola, but Madison Whipple tracks it down for Canon-McMillan. Over on the far side, Sydney Snyder creeps up. Snyder's pass rolls into the box area and then is just going to roll out of bounds. A goal kick for the Norwin Knights.
Goal kick for Norwin.
Yeah, a little too far for Roman on the right side. Couldn't get to it and ended up going over the goal end line there. Goal kick for Wexel.
Steadying the ball in the final 5 minutes here of the first half. Wexel sends it up. Lexi Colano loses it. Madison Whipple takes it, but Norwin gets it back. Katie Erickson up ahead. Emily Harrigan with the ball. Harrigan marked tightly by Sydney Snyder, gets away with her with a pass to Lexi Colano. Colano poked away by Canon-McMillan. Norwin gets it back, but that one's kicked wide by Rachel Ross. It'll be a goal kick for Canon-McMillan.
Sub in for Canon-Mac. Addie Roman.
Addie Roman back.
So when I called that earlier Roman, it actually wasn't Roman. It was 17 Annabelle Thomas. That was down there coming in.
Roman and Thomas filling in today for the injured Sabrina Bryan. If you just joined us, out for the season with a knee injury. The Hofstra recruit for Canon-McMillan. Alyssa Victor for Norwin. Victor for Harrigan. The Canon-McMillan defense, but the ball gets away from Riley O'Corn.
Yeah, almost dangerous play there.
Jaden Williams sends it up the near sideline, and it's going to roll out of bounds for a Norwin throw-in at midfield. Emily Arnold for Lexi Colano. Taken away. Good work by Cheyenne Trest of Canon-McMillan, but Norwin. Alyssa Victor. Victor, long lead pass. Lexi Colano. Ball teetering on the end of the box. Colano steadies it. Colano with a cross. Too far for Harrigan. But Rachel Ross steadies it on the far side of the field. Knocked away from her by Paxton. Good work by Allison Paxton, but Norwin gets it back. There's a cross. A header just wide of the net by Colano.
And that was a beautiful cross and a great attempt by Colano, but just offline with the header attempt and comes up short.
3:23 to play in the first half. 1-0 Norwin. Goal kick for Canon-McMillan. Colano just couldn't get enough on that one to poke it home. Battle for the ball on the near side. Addie Roman, but Emily Arnold right with her. Arnold trying to shield her away from the ball.
Free kick for the Knights.
That's a free kick for the Norwin Knights. Foul called on Roman. Her and Arnold were battling for that ball.
Yes, they were. Of course, Roman only a sophomore for Canon-Mac.
She is a good one. Back and forth around midfield with the ball we go. It's the Norwin Knights. Dermis to Victor. Now here's Lexi Kendro. Knocked away from her on a good defensive play by Madison Whipple. Her lead pass poked away by Emily Arnold. Here come the Norwin Knights from left to right. Arnold for Harrigan. Harrigan coming up the right side, but Germeyer beats her to it for Canon-McMillan. Germeyer with a long pass. Ball on some open space. Sprinting after it, Cheyenne Trest, but can't get to it before it goes out of bounds.
It'll be a throw-in for Canon-Mac, though, deep in Norwin territory.
Throw in for Norwin.
Whoa.
You and the Canon-McMillan fans thought it should have been
they're double-checking now. I really think it should be a Canon-Mac throw-in.
Clock still rolling. 2:05 and turning to play in the first half. 1-0 Norwin. And it will be a throw-in for the Norwin Knights right in front of the Norwin student body that's here.
And the Canon-McMillan fans unhappy.
Harrigan steadies it and then kicks it out of bounds. So this will be no throw-in for Norwin. Brittany O'Connell. O'Connell lobs it onto Canon-McMillan's side of the field across the midfield stripe, and a foul on Jaden Williams. So throw in. There's a header. Emily Harrigan. Harrigan to Lexi Kendro. Kendro tripped up and is able to keep her footing, but it's going to be a foul. As we close in, we are in the last 90 seconds of the first half. Norwin trying to add to its 1-0 lead. Free kick by Alyssa Victor. Norwin defenders creeping up. Arnold to Victor's right. Victor puts up the right hand, boots one towards the goal, off the toe of Lexi Kendro. Kendro sends it up in the air, and Rachel Ross is going to be able to get to this one. Final minute of the first half. Norwin 1, Canon-McMillan 0. Goal kicked for the Big Macs. Megan Virgin. It's Canon-McMillan. Time for a final rush here in the first half. It's a header by Norwin, ahead to Harrigan. Harrigan shielded off the ball by Riley O'Corn. Harrigan sends it, and it goes wide of the net. Megan Virgin, the goalie, came out. Harrigan slid with a kick and just poked it free with 30 seconds to play in the first half.
And then she was trying to buy that it went off of a defender to get a corner kick, but the officials gave the goal kick to Cannon Mac.
Kick near side of the field that's just going to roll out of bounds. Sprinting over for the throw-in with 15 seconds in the first half. Cheyenne Trest up ahead. Addie Roman, but Emily Ross beats her to the ball and sends it almost into the stands. Time for a quick throw-in, but we're in the final seconds of the first half to Addie Roman back to Cheyenne Trest. And that is the end of the first half. The score, Norwin 1, Canon-McMillan 0. You are listening to exclusive coverage of the 2016 WPIAL Soccer Finals, sponsored by Progress and Carlow University on the MSA Sports Network.
Right now, when you refer a friend to open a new personal or business checking account at First Commonwealth Bank, you can earn a generous cash reward. It doesn't even have to be a friend. Could be a relative. Could be a Bruins fan. Could be that guy over there with the weird hair thing going on. It doesn't matter. Refer anyone to open an account and it will really pay off for you. They'll even get a cash reward themselves, no matter who they root for. First Commonwealth Bank, member FDIC. Learn more at a local branch or visit fcbanking.com.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose Progress, First in Turf. Progress has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends on both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the Progress Performance System. Progress maintains an active presence in the synthetic turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as the FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call Progress today, 866-270-6003, or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. Progress, First in Turf.
The team at UPMC Sports Medicine doesn't just rebuild wrists and knees. They build better athletes. Athletes at every level who want to get stronger and faster and prevent injuries. Fact is, no other sports medicine program in the region is more experienced when it comes to treating, training, and inspiring athletes. UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Penguins, Steelers, and you. Find out more at upmcsportsmedicine.com.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlow. Tell us your story using #WhatDrivesYou. Carlow University, a proud sponsor of the MSA Sports Network.
Monticello's Italian Restaurant has been serving the Pittsburgh community for over 34 years. With over 5 northern locations, there is one near you. Monticello's has been named the best pizza, best hoagies, and best Italian restaurant by the Tribune Review for 3 years in a row. Stop in at Monticello's restaurant before or after your high school football game and mention that you heard us on the MSA Sports Network and receive a large traditional cheese pizza and 4 soft drinks for $12.99. For the complete menu and additional information, go to Monticello's.com. Monticello's, a Pittsburgh favorite. Log on every Wednesday night at 7 for the latest high school football news during This Week in the WPIAL here on the MSA Sports Network. Join Don Rebel and other members of the MSA Sports team as they visit with WPIAL football coaches, plus they run down the upcoming schedule and preview the weekend's top high school football games. That's This Week in the WPIAL every Wednesday at 7 p.m. this fall, only on the MSA Sports Network.
For the most complete recap of Friday night's WPIAL football action, tune in on your way home from the game to the MSA Sports Scoreboard Show here on the MSA Sports Network. Hi, I'm Don Rebel. Join me in the MSA Sports Gang for all the scores and recaps from the top games, plus the MSA Sports Roundtable. That's the MSA Sports Scoreboard Show after the game on Friday nights on the MSA Sports Network and at msasports.net.
Right now, when you refer a friend to open a new personal or business checking account at First Commonwealth Bank, you can earn a generous cash reward. It doesn't even have to be a friend. Could be a relative. Could be a Bruins fan. Could be that guy over there with the weird hair thing going on. It doesn't matter. Refer anyone to open an account and it will really pay off for you. They'll even get a cash reward themselves, no matter who they root for. First Commonwealth Bank, member FDIC. Learn more at a local branch or visit fcbanking.com.
Excuse me. Back at Highmark Stadium, Paul Patera, Lou Root. Girls Class 4A WPIAL Championship soccer game. The Norwin Knights leading the Canon-McMillan Big Macs, the number 1 seed over the number 2 seed, 1-0. A goal by Emily Harrigan at the 27:50 mark of the first half. At 24:33, Canon-McMillan had a penalty kick. Adino Donahue took the kick, saved by Sam Wexel, and that's why the score stays at 1-0. A lot of what we expected in the first half. Some good scoring opportunities, Lou, but tight defense and just plain old good soccer.
Yeah, really, Canon-Mac had the better of the scoring opportunities, but they couldn't convert and couldn't get them on net. The penalty kick, the best one of the game for Canon-Mac, but then they had a couple other. Adine O'Donoghue was in there, just sent it a little bit wide. Roman had a chance to head one in, sent it wide. I mean, Canon-Mac could easily have 3 goals in this game right now. Instead, they have none. Wexel has been tremendous in net. And Emily Harrigan able to convert on a breakaway. Alyssa Victor center ahead on a perfect lead pass. She broke in on Virgin one-on-one and just beat her. And that's the difference in the game right now.
Of course, both these teams will move on to the PIAA playoffs along with Fox Chapel, as far as WPIAL Class 4A girls teams are concerned. And in fact, the winner of this game will play Fox Chapel in the first round.
Yeah, they moved on, beating Mount Lebanon.
Yes, Fox Chapel beat Mount Lebanon in the consolation game. And Norwin had a tough battle with Fox Chapel last week in the semifinals, defeating the Foxes 1-0.
Yes, they did. Should be interesting in the second half. We'll see if Canon-Mac gets an opportunity to convert on some of these chances they've had, but Wexel has been impressive in net so far, and Virgin has done an excellent job as well. You know, just has the one goal that she gave up and really had no chance on that one. Harrigan broke in on her 1-0.
1-0 is the score. Norwin leading Canon-McMillan in the girls Class 4A WPIAL Championship soccer game. We'll send you up for the second half in just a bit. You're listening to exclusive coverage of the 2016 WPIAL Soccer Finals, sponsored by Progress and Carlow University on the MSA Sports Network.
MSA Sports broadcasts are now available on both Android and iOS devices. Just navigate to the game of your choice, and on your mobile device, press the arrow or play button. It's that easy. No app needed. No matter where you are, MSA Sports content is available at your fingertips via your iPad, Android phone, iPod, and iPhone. Anytime, anywhere, always there. The MSA Sports Network. When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, first in turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends on both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the synthetic turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as the FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today, 866 866-270-6003 or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. Progress, first in turf.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDrivesYou. Carlo University, a proud sponsor of the MSA Sports Network.
The team at UPMC Sports Medicine doesn't just rebuild wrists and knees. They build better athletes. Athletes at every level who want to get stronger and faster and prevent injuries. Fact is, no other sports medicine program in the region is more experienced when it comes to treating, training, and inspiring athletes. UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Penguins, Steelers, and you. Find out more at upmcsportsmedicine.com.
Hey, you, the one who's so busy. You're gonna really like this. Dollar Bank's new no overdraft checking account. Did you hear me? Checking with no overdraft fees, ever. And if that's not enough, how about we'll give you $200 with your no overdraft checking account? That's right, $200, and you'll never be charged an overdraft fee. And that means no worries. You'll also get free access to over 55,000 ATMs, our app that includes mobile deposit and real-time alerts. There's only one place you can get this account, Dollar Bank. Sounds like a great new account for busy people like you. And when you open no overdraft checking before October 15th, you can earn $200. Yes, $200. So get going. Stop by, call 1-800-242-BANK or visit dollar.bank/200 today. Dollar Bank, mutually inspired. $200 offer for new customers only. Certain requirements apply in the first year. Call for details. 0.00% annual percentage yield. Subject to change without notice. Dollar Bank, member FDIC.
Paul Patera, Lou Rude. We are at Highmark Stadium. Girls WPIAL Class 4A Championship Soccer game. Norwin leading Canon-McMillan 1-0 as we get ready for the second half. Today's championship match is brought to you by Progress, First and Turf, and by Carlo University, proud sponsor of all girls high school sports, right here on the MSA Sports Network. Both teams back on the field. Canon-McMillan in the blue jerseys, blue shorts trimmed in white, white numerals. Norwin Knights in the white jerseys, white shorts, blue numerals. And some of those players getting down a little bit, dancing to some De La Soul over the loudspeaker. A little Me, Myself, and I. It's kind of a funky tune. Beautiful day here in the city of Pittsburgh. Sun is shining. Nice November Saturday afternoon. Of course, the goalkeepers for these teams, Sam Wexel for the Norwin Knights, Megan Virgin, for Canon-McMillan. Norwin will go from right to left here in the second half, meaning Canon-McMillan will go from right to left, Canon-McMillan will go from left to right. 1-0 our score. An Emily Harrigan goal. Harrigan scored the goal in the semifinal win over Fox Chapel. Game the Knights won 1-0. All the Knights on the field. Harrigan also had 2 goals in the 3-0 quarterfinal win over Upper St. Clair. Kelly Kongursky had the other goal in that game. 40 minutes on the clock. And of course, if the game is tied after 40 minutes, you play a couple of 10-minute overtimes. If it's still tied after that, you go into penalty kicks. But right now, we've got a 1-0 game. Canon-McMillan will have possession of the ball to start the second half. Ball's in the middle of the field. Referee's got the right arm up in the air. We start the second half, and there's a back kick sent across the field near side to Sydney Snyder for Canon-McMillan. Snyder poked away from her by Lexi Colano, but there's Riley O'Corn for Canon-Mac. Up ahead, Lexi Finney. Finney, the kick up the near sidelines. It's going to roll out of bounds. Be a throw-in for the Norwin Knights. Katie Erickson to handle the throw-in. Constant moving clock unless there's a goal, injury, or for some other reason. Handling the ball, Scheidenhelm for Canon-McMillan. Long pass up ahead Aideen O'Donoghue trying to track it down in the middle of the field for the Canon-McMillan Big Macs, but it's taken away from her by the Norwin Knights. Lexi Kendro over on the far side. Kelly Kongursky can't get to it, and then a shot is deflected off her and goes out of bounds. Good play over there by somebody, by one of the fans, keeping it from going over the fence. Throw in on the far side of the field. Lexi Finney sends it across midfield. Aideen O'Donoghue with a back kick. Scheidenhelm, and it's taken away from Scheidenhelm by Lexi Colano. Colano to Kelly Kongursky of Norwin. Kongursky in the middle of the field. Harrigan operating in the box. Harrigan shoots, scores! Emily Harrigan got in the box, and that's usually danger, and she puts it home to make it 2-0.
And she just put a wicked shot on Megan Virgin. Settled the ball down, went to her right, and then buried it in the left corner of the net. And it's 2-0. Did you say Kongursky got her the ball?
Yes, from Kongursky. And Colano sent it to Kongursky. Emily Harrigan now has scored Norwin's last 5 goals in the postseason. So Canon-McMillan now down 2-0, 38-26, and turning to play in the second half. And Harrigan comes back, steals the ball away from Scheidenhelm. There's Lexi Colano. Colano up ahead for Kongursky, but stolen away. Riley O'Corn. And Norwin gets it back. They'll come from right to left. Kendra over on the far side to Brittany O'Connell. Canon-McMillan takes it away. Norwin can take some extra chances now with this 2-goal lead. Out of bounds, a throw in on the far side. Liz Ross for Canon-McMillan. Liz Ross, long lead pass. It looks like it's going to go for Norwin first. Out of bounds, throw in for the Knights. Dermis. Natalie Dermis, who was slightly injured in the first half, but is back on the field. Throw in for the Knights. 37.5 minutes on the turning clock to play in the second half. Canon-McMillan gets some possession. Addie Rowan on the far side, and then knocked away from her by Emily Arnold and out of bounds.
In for Canon-Mac number 22.
Norwin is the defending WPIAL 3A champions, winning that championship game last year 3-0 over Upper St. Clair. Norwin has now outscored the opposition 15-0 in the postseason. Nothing new for Sam Wexel. 7 of her first 8 postseason starts have been shutouts. Madison Whipple in the middle of the field for Canon-McMillan. Gets away from a couple of defenders. Sends it far side to Liz Ross. Ross with a pass up ahead, but too far for Annabelle Thomas and Lexi Colano, but her pass is deflected. Finney sends it into the box area. There's a kick towards the net, deflected by Norwin. Dermis knocks it out of bounds and across the goal line. This will be a corner kick for Canon-McMillan. Good pressure put on by the Big Macs there. Sydney Snyder pinching up. Now that's Riley O'Corn. It'll be a corner kick on the far side by Liz Ross for the Big Macs. Ross puts up the right arm. There's the corner kick into the box. Ball is loose, popped up in the air by Norwin. Up ahead to Kelly Kongursky. Kongursky keeping it away from the defense with a couple of headers. Kongursky sends it across the midfield stripe. But coming back to get it, Snyder for Canon-McMillan. But it goes off Harrigan's head. And there's Whipple. Whipple sends a long pass. Sam Wexel says, I got it. Steadies the ball. Now picks it up. As coming in on her a bit was Addie Roman. Wexel with a high punt into the air. Lexi Kendro gets to it first for Norwin. Ball on the far side of the field. Emily Arnold sends it up. And Norwin gets it back. This is Kendro. Kendro to Harrigan. Harrigan with some open field, but it's knocked away from her and out of bounds by Riley O'Corn. This Emily Harrigan's dangerous.
Yes, she is. Yeah. Every time she touches the ball, she's a danger to score.
Harrigan with a cross. Colano's open. Colano shoots, scores. The Norwin Knights have a 3-0 lead. Colano from Harrigan.
And Harrigan set it up beautifully. Harrigan made it look easy, and Colano made it look easy as well.
35-17 to play in the second half, and the Norwin Knights have a 3-0 lead. and have now outscored the opposition 16-0 in the postseason.
I got to tweet it out now. I just got done tweeting the last one out. Jeez.
Canon-McMillan coming from left to right. Back kick to Sydney Snyder. Snyder sends one in the middle of the field, but the only one there is Lexi Kendrow. Kendrow's pass deflected, but there's Victor. Victor pass far side. Coming out to get it is Megan Virgin for Canon-McMillan. Canon-McMillan looks a little shell-shocked right now after those 2 quick goals from the Norwin Knights. Long pass across the field, but there's the Norwin defense. That's Arnold. It's taken away Cheyenne Tress. Tress for Annabelle Thomas. Thomas controls the ball. Coming up the left side with it in the far corner. Thomas marked by Arnold, but Thomas kicks it free. Out of bounds. Goal kick Norwin. 3-0 Norwin with 34.5 minutes to play in the second half. Sam Wexel steadies it for the goal kick. The junior keeper for the Knights sends a long one. That's off the head of Cheyenne Tress. And then Adine O'Donoghue, and then Annabelle Thomas for Canon-McMillan. But Norwin gets it back. There's a poke from Jenna Cole off Harrigan's head. Victor up in the air for Norwin to Kelly Kongursky. There's Emily Harrigan. Harrigan with a touch pass for Victor. Victor has it taken away momentarily, but goes back and gets it on the Norwin side of the field. Victor battling for the ball, sends it near side. Katie Erickson. Erickson up ahead to Lexi Colano. Lexi Colano off the head, up ahead for Kelly Kongursky. Norwin wants another one. Colano kept on the field of play, but Colano has it. Goes to the ground as she kicks it to Kelly Kongursky near side. Kongursky back to Lexi Colano. This one out of bounds, going to be a throw-in for Cannon Mac. Norwin still putting on the pressure, up 3-0.
Number 8, Isabel Schleidenhelm.
Isabel Scheidenhelm comes back into the Canon-McMillan lineup. Norwin won the championship over Upper St. Clair last year by a 3-0 score. Lexi Colano to Kelly Kongursky. There's Harrigan. Touch pass to Colano. Colano works it into the middle of the field. Sends it across. Open space. Kendrow. Kendrow over to O'Connell, and O'Connell's shot is too high.
She had the right idea, though. She was looking to go top shelf, right underneath the crossbar. Just got it above the crossbar, and right now it's all Norwin. They've just taken over this game.
Leading 3-0, 32:50 on the turning clock to play in the second half. Goal kick for Canon-McMillan. Virgin up ahead, but there's Norwin around the ball again. Scheidenhelm gets it momentarily, shoots it for Cheyenne Tress. There's Brittany O'Connell, and then Emily Arnold. Arnold, lead pass, too far for Harrigan. Germeyer for Canon-McMillan with the header, but Norwin gets it back. Kelly Kongursky. Kongursky over to Emily Harrigan. Harrigan, back kick. Brittany O'Connell. O'Connell in the box, but headed out of there by the Canon-McMillan defense. That was Scheidenhelm. Then there's Kongursky sending it far side. Harrigan going to try to keep it on the field of play. Does somehow into Kongursky. Out of bounds, throw in Norwin. Brittany O'Connell throws it into the box for Lexi Kendrow. Header, but 3 Canon-McMillan defenders around her, and Riley O'Corn sends it skyward. But there's Norwin Jenicola creeping in. Norwin keeping play on the Canon-McMillan side of the field. Now the Big Macs get it back, but this lead pass too far, and Sam Wexel comes out, kicks it back across the midfield stripe, and Madison Whipple's there for Canon-McMillan. Katie Erickson of Norwin. Isabel Scheidenhelm. Scheidenhelm, lead pass in on goal, but Wexel grabs it. Addie Roman was breathing down her neck, but Wexel knew what to do, just grab the ball.
Again, 2 plays in a row by Wexel just shows how aggressive she is in net, coming way out, one outside the box to kick it away, and that time coming out the top of the box to grab the ball before Roman could get to it.
Norwin controlling again. Alyssa Victor up for Kelly Kongursky. Kongursky coming down the right side. Up to Brittany O'Connell on the sideline. O'Connell finds Harrigan. Harrigan with a little bit of space. Emily Harrigan puts the ball in the box. Colano comes back and gets it, but it's Kongursky who kicks it, and it's still on the field of play. Sprinting after it, the Norwin Knights. That's Lexi Kendrow. Kendrow back to Lexi Colano. Colano just outside the box. Back kick. Alyssa Victor. Norwin putting on the pressure. Victor long kick, and it goes a little left of the net and out of bounds.
She tried to get it up in the air for possibly a header, but kicked it too high and too wide. But still, Norwin continuing to put the pressure on Canon-McMillan. First half was even. between the two teams. And as I said, Canon-McMillan could have easily had 3 goals in that first half. Second half, Norwin has just turned it up to another notch, and they are controlling play right now.
30-15 to play in the second half. It's 3-0 Norwin, and the Knights have it again on Canon-McMillan's side of the field.
And I think the common factor here in the second half has been Emily Harrigan. She's kind of taken the game over.
Rutgers coaches have to be happy. They're not only getting her, they're getting Adine O'Donoghue, too, for Canon-McMillan, who can play.
And she's had an excellent game so far tonight. It'd be a free kick for Norwin, as if things aren't bad enough for Canon-McMillan. This is going to be about 25 yards out from net on the free kick.
And it looks like it'll be Alyssa Victor. Her and Lexi Kendro are both near the ball. Now Kendra looks like she's going to strike it. Just a touch pass to Victor. Victor shoots right on goal. Save by Virgin for Canon-McMillan. Megan Virgin sends a drop kick. There's Katie Erickson, but the ball goes off her on Norwin's side of the field. But too far for Annabelle Thomas. Dermis. Victor to Lexi Kendro. Kendro with some open field for Kelly Kongursky. Away from her, but Kendro gets it back. Now Canon-McMillan tries to control, but there's Victor. Lexi Kendro. Emily Arnold. Emily Arnold sends one near the box, past Harrigan, then it rolls into the box, but there's Madison Whipple kicking it out for Canon-McMillan, but it goes back into the box area. Lexi Colano, back kick for Lexi Kendro, but Kendro loses it to Cheyenne Tress. Tress, far side, but there's Emily Arnold of Norwin. Norwin's keeping the ball on Canon-McMillan's side of the field.
They are keeping them bottled up.
Now Cheyenne Tress up ahead. This is Addie Roman for Canon-McMillan, marked by Dermis. Roman gets free. Dermis still on her. Roman with a cross. This one's deflected wide of the net. Adine O'Donoghue, but I think it was touched by Norwin for
I think it's going to be a corner.
Canon-McMillan.
But a nice cross by Roman, and O'Donoghue in position, but a good job of marking her by the defense of Norwin. They were able to kick it out of play.
Canon-McMillan's just got to get that first one. You can't get 3 goals. There's not a 3-point play in soccer.
No.
Clock winds down to 28 minutes to play in the second half. Norwin 3, Canon-McMillan nothing. There's the corner kick from the far side, but off the head of Alyssa Victor and knocked out of the box. Jaden Williams creeps up, pokes it far side. Liz Ross. Ross miskicks it, and there's the Norwin Knights, but that one's going to belong to Canon-McMillan.
Free kick for Canon-McMillan.
Free kick for the Big Macs. This could be a good opportunity for the Big Macs.
Yeah, this one's going to be about 20 yards out from the goal to the far left side, or actually the far right side of the goalkeeper, left side of the offense.
There's the touch pass. Cheyenne Tress, her kick is deflected by Alyssa Victor. Victor stays on the field of play. She just sends it skyward. Tress with a header, taken away from the box area by Harrigan, but Jaden Williams has it for Canon-McMillan. Back kick, Germeyer. Germeyer up ahead, but there's Lexi Kendro. Emily Harrigan with the header. Riley O'Corn creeps up for Canon-McMillan. Little body contact from Kelly Kongursky. There's a touch pass. Cheyenne Tress. Ball is not going to be able to stay on the field of play. Tress had an opportunity if she could have kept it on the field, but
they let her a little too much. Ball scooted past her, and she didn't have a chance to catch up to it.
Sam Wexel with the goal kick for the Norwin Knights. Just 26 minutes and 34 seconds away from back-to-back WPIAL championships. There's a kick coming to the near side of the field, just poked by Katie Erickson. Lexi Colano keeps it on the field of play to Lexi Kendro. Back kick, Madison Genicola. She sends it to some open space. Jaden Williams just sends one towards the goal. Sam Wexel collects it for the Norwin Knights. Clock still rolling. Wexel with a punt over on the near side. Too far for Colano. Madison Whipple bodies her away from the ball, but there's Kelly Kongursky taking it away from Liz Ross. And here's Emily Harrigan. Harrigan loses the defender, loses another one. Nifty footwork, Harrigan. Into the box area, goes off the toe of Jaden Williams and Canon-McMillan, but back to Harrigan. Alyssa Victor in the middle of the field. Victor with a long kick on the bounce. It's grabbed by Megan Virgin, the Canon-McMillan goalie. Virgin with that drop kick. Over on the far side to Cheyenne Trest with the header. Emily Arnold going back after it for Norwin, and Arnold just kicks it out of bounds, be a throw-in for Canon-Mac. There's a lob. Double teaming effort on Annabelle Thomas by Norwin. There's a kick towards the goal and goes wide and past a diving Wexel. Another opportunity for Canon-McMillan.
They just haven't been able to get them on net. That's been the big problem for the Big Macs. They've gotten people in position. They've gotten people with opportunities to score in good position, but they haven't been able to put the ball on the net.
Sam Wexel with the goal kick, 24-45 to play in the second half. 3-0 Norwin. Taken away. Aideen O'Donoghue for Canon-McMillan with some empty space. Far side, Tress with an opportunity. Steadies the ball. Cheyenne Tress in the box. Kicks, saved by Wexel. And that was anticipation by Wexel, knowing where the kick was going to come.
Perfect positioning by Wexel. She was right where she thought she needed to be. Ball hit her dead center in the middle of her stomach.
That one's kicked skyward by Wexel. Here's Emily Harrigan. Harrigan, pass ahead. Kongursky with some space. Kelly Kongursky gets into the box, loses the defender, kicks it wide to the net, then past the diving Virgin.
That was a nice play by Kongursky that time. And she had the net open. Just could not get it in there.
3-0 Norwin. Goal kick for Canon-McMillan. Virgin bangs one in the air. But Victor with the header keeps it on the Canon-McMillan side of the field. But Jaden Williams gets it back for Canon-Mac. Up ahead, but there's Madison Giannicola waiting for the ball. Too far for Kongursky, but Harrigan gets it. Harrigan with a touch pass into empty space that Jaden Williams sends out of bounds and hits one of the suspensions of the scoreboard here at Highmark Stadium.
And you can tell it's getting close to the end of the game. There's Brian Pritz, AD from Southmoreland, bringing the trophies out. Placing them on the table down near midfield.
And unless we have a miracle, they will be going to the Norwin Knights. Long pass up ahead. Addie Bryan, and Dermis knocks it away from her and out of bounds.
They have runner-up. They have a runner-up trophy, and they have the silver medals for the second-place finisher. And
true.
Gold medals for the first-place finishers.
I said Addie Bryan. It was Addie Roman. Sabrina Bryan not in the lineup today for Canon-McMillan due to a knee injury that will also keep her out of the state playoffs as well. There's the lob in. Annabelle Thomas on the far side, coming up the left side with it for Canon-McMillan. Good ball handling. Dermis marks her. Pass into the box, but it's headed out of the box area by Giannicola. And out of bounds. And that should set up a corner kick for Canon-McMillan. 22-23 and turning to play. In the second half, 3-0 Norwin. Corner kick, Canon-McMillan to the right of goalkeeper Sam Wexel. Far side of the field from us up here in the press box.
As we look directly at the UPMC building across the way.
And there's the corner kick. Wexel just smacks it out of there, but it's a kick over the net by Addie Roman.
Yeah, she had to kick it. It was about waist high when she got her foot on it. And just unable to keep the shot down. It went way over the net into the stands behind the goal at the far end here at Highmark.
Another goal kick for the Norwin Knights. Sam Wexel. Wexel. That one goes across midfield. Jaden Williams is just going to send it back to goalie Megan Virgin, who creeps up and kicks it. But there's Harrigan waiting for it. Emily Harrigan into the box area, but that's going to be an offside call against the Norwin Knights. Lexi Colano a little step ahead of where she was supposed to be.
Harrigan was trying to cheat her in there, get her in there a little quicker, but good call by the official, offsides. Just about 21 minutes to go here, Paul.
Paul Patera, Lou Rude, WPIAL Girls Class 4A Soccer Championship game. Norwin leading 3-0 over Canon-McMillan. There's Harrigan again. Harrigan to Kongursky. Kongursky fakes the touch pass, finds Lexi Kendro creeping in. Liz Ross knocks her off the ball. And Megan Virgin again has to come out and get the ball for the Canon-McMillan Big Macs. Sends it over to an open Cheyenne Tress across midfield. Tress, lead pass, taken away beautifully by Emily Arnold of Norwin. Arnold to Alyssa Victor. Victor, cross midfield. And there's one that's going to go in the direction of Wexel. Waits a couple of bounces and grabs it. Substitution, get ready to come in for Norwin. Kayla Williams, the senior. Canon-McMillan, Lexi Finney's getting ready to check back in. Riley O'Corn for Canon-McMillan. Scheidenhelm finds an open Whipple, but coming up, Katie Erickson knocks the ball. And here's Harrigan ahead of the defense. Emily Harrigan looking for the hat trick. She's in on goal, shoots it just wide of the open net.
And she had it if she wanted it, but unable to just angle the ball enough to get it into that post on the far side.
Kelly Kongursky going to come out of the lineup, doing a great job in place of the injured Megan Shervinick, missing this game with a concussion. I went down and tried to get the starting lineup from one of the players for Norwin, and one girl said to me, Megan Shervinick's not playing. I said, oh, she's not in the lineup. She goes, yeah, I'm Megan Shervinick. I'm not playing. So I got, that's
confirmation.
Literally from the horse's mouth right there. Canon-McMillan on the move. Ball knocked away by Madison Jenicola and is going to roll out of bounds on the far side of the field. Throw in for Canon-McMillan.
Was that using your reporter instincts?
Oh, yes.
I figured as much.
There's a battle for the ball, knocked out of bounds by Emily Arnold of Norwin.
I think that'll be a corner kick for Canon-McMillan.
Clock winding down to 19 minutes to play in the second half. Corner kick. Sydney Snyder. No, that's Riley O'Corn who's going to handle the corner kick. 15, not 16. To the right of Wexel, far side from us. And O'Corn boots it into the box area. Battle around, ball in front of the net. Deflected, goes wide, bodies on the ground. Still battling in the box area. Norwin comes out of there with it. It's Colano. And Colano just sends it down the field. Everybody who's down is up. Megan Virgin comes out of the goal. Kicks it across midfield with a long kick, but there's Colano. Over to Lexi Kendro. Middle of the field, Alyssa Victor. Sends it right side to Brittany O'Connell of Norwin. Brittany O'Connell with some open space for Kayla Williams. Kayla Williams knocked away from her. Cannon Mack gets it momentarily, and they get it back. Sydney Snyder, but taken away by Lexi Kendro. Lexi Kendro leads it too far and out of bounds, a little wide right of the net.
And that was Emily Arnold that went down, and she's limping a little bit out there right now as another sub comes in for Norwin, number 20.
Rachel Ross back on the field. As Brittany O'Connell comes over to the sidelines. And Lauren Karcher's bench. Canon-McMillan trying some offense from left to right, but a Norwin defender, that's Victor, coming up, poking it up in the air. Ball's going to roll out of bounds near side, be a throw-in for the Norwin Knights. Emily Harrigan calling for the ball. She has it. Lobs it into Colano, back to Harrigan. Little miscommunication, not a miscommunication,
just couldn't handle the pass, yeah.
And mishandled, it goes out of bounds. Throw-in, but there's Colano again. Colano and Harrigan double-teaming Madison Whipple, and Colano knocks it out of bounds. Canon-McMillan tries another throw-in. This one on Norwin's side of the field, poked away. There's Lexi Colano. Colano, ball handling, marked by Whipple.
Stronger than they are.
Over to Lexi Kendro. Kendro with some open field in the middle of the field. Poked away from her by Lexi Finney of Canon-McMillan, who's going to send this one out of bounds. Be a throw-in at midfield for the Norwin Knights. Emily Arnold's still out there, moving a little bit better.
Yeah, moving better now, so able to overcome the collision down in the goal mouth area.
Canon-McMillan, Cheyenne Tress, but it's just ripped away from her by Dermis of Norwin. Emily Arnold, far side. There's a touch pass to Kendro. Lead pass, Kayla Williams sprinting after it. Gets it for Norwin. Kicks it away from the defender. But Canon-McMillan defense keeping it on the field of play and then knocked out of bounds by Kayla Williams. Kayla Williams tried to sell that for a corner kick.
Yeah, it didn't work.
She hasn't played much today, but she said, hey, that was a corner. Referee said, no. 16:09 and turning to play in the second half. Norwin 3, Canon-McMillan nothing.
In for Canon-McMillan, number 8,
Isabel Scheidenhelm back in the Canon-McMillan lineup. And Lexi Finney goes back to David Derrico's bench. That one off the head of Rachel Ross of Norwin. And it's a lead pass off a header, but Madison Jenicola is just going to send this one out of bounds. Give a throw-in for Canon-McMillan. Sprinting over quickly to make the throw-in is Annabelle Thomas. Into Addie Roman to the right of the box on the far side of the field. Out of bounds and poked away. Another throw in Canon-McMillan, 15.5 to play. Addie Roman, marked by Emily Arnold. Arnold battling for the ball. Roman gets free. Roman on this end line, and it's knocked away from her
Corner kick for Canon-McMillan.
by number 33 for the Norwin Knights, Natalie Dermis. Corner kick, Canon-McMillan. Again on the far side of the field, and Riley O'Corn comes up to do that. Clock continuing to roll. Canon-McMillan needs some points and fast. O'Corn has the ball in play. There's the corner kick, and Katie Erickson sends it out of the box area across the field. It's going to roll out of bounds for a Norwin throw-in. A Canon-McMillan throw-in. Jaden Williams looking for some help. Makes the throw-in for Scheidenhelm. Is poked away from her, and here comes Harrigan. Emily Harrigan across the midfield stripe. Has the ball taken away by Sam Germeyer. Germeyer's lead pass stolen away. Emily Arnold of Norwin, and Arnold just sends a long pass onto the Canon-McMillan side of the field. Kayla Williams coming after it, but it's kicked away from her by Virgin, and Virgin sends it into the net over by the scoreboard, which is across the way from us. Another Norwin substitution coming in, Mara O'Donnell. Coach Lauren Karcher's getting a lot of her reserves and don't see a lot of time. Lexi Kendro comes over to the sidelines. Get some applause from the Norwin fans. Emily Harrigan. This is Alyssa Victor creeping up. Kicks it away from a couple of defenders on the far side. Her pass for Rachel Ross is popped up in the air by the Canon-McMillan defense. And then Rachel Ross gets it free. It's out of bounds. No, it was a deflection. It went towards the goal. Stayed on the field of play. Virgin with the save for Cannon Mac. And she sends a long one up in the air. A little bit of hang time on that one. Dermis with the header. Roman gets it back for Canon-McMillan. Roman with a back kick to Jaden Williams for the Big Macs. This is Riley O'Corn with it. O'Corn sends it across the midfield stripe, but it's a header by Norwin. That was Victor, and here's Lexi Colano. Colano sends a back kick. Kayla Williams trying to cheat in, get the ball for Norwin, but there's Scheidenhelm, but Alyssa Victor gets it back. Working with some open space. She'll kick it across the midfield stripe in the direction of Harrigan, but Jaden Williams beats her to the ball, sends it skyward. Victor with a header, up, touch pass, Kayla Williams to Lexi Colano. Colano, near side, coming up the left side with the ball. Marked by Sydney Snyder. Colano gets free, then Snyder takes it away from her. Snyder shielding her by the ball, but Colano somehow went to the ground, kicked it into the box. Colano still battling the ball. It stays on the field of play.
Great individual effort by Colano that time. She didn't want to be denied.
Out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Norwin Knights. 12:34 and turning to play in the second half. It's Norwin 3, Canon-McMillan nothing. Into Harrigan. Harrigan with a touch pass to Colano. There's Kayla Williams sending one towards the goal. Virgin runs out of the net, out of the goalie box, takes it on a hop. Drop kicks it into the middle of the field. There's a touch pass from Scheidenhelm. Coming near side, Dermis creeps up, good pass. Harrigan sends it near side, Colano, Lexi Colano now into the middle of the field, tries to get into the box, taken away by Germeyer, then a slide move by Colano, puts it back in the box, but there's Madison Whipple of Canon-McMillan, her pass stolen away by Harrigan. Harrigan with a kick towards the goal, and it goes wide right and out of bounds.
Goal kick for Canon-McMillan. Goal
kick for Canon-McMillan. Harrigan's thinking hat trick.
Yes, she is.
3-0 Norwin, 11:37 and turning to play in the second half.
And Colano is just like the Energizer Bunny. She won't stop out there. Actually did the splits that last time trying to keep the ball.
She doesn't even look tired. Canon-McMillan, Scheidenhelm. Up to Cheyenne Tress over on the far side. Tress back to Jaden Williams. Williams in the middle of the field for Annabelle Thomas, who takes a pop from Katie Erickson, and I believe a foul will be called on the young Norwin player.
Yeah, a little bit of contact there, just a little bit, wee little bit.
And they're going to call that, I suppose.
Yeah.
One more game to play here at Highmark Stadium, boys Class 4A. And the competitors in that game elude me. I apologize. I think it's North Allegheny.
Yeah, North Allegheny played already.
Okay.
That was the night that I was here.
Rexel with a great save on a kick towards the goal, high in the air and poked it over the net.
Wexel's been outstanding today.
She's got a shutout streak she wants to keep going. Has only allowed 8 goals. Only allowed 8 goals as a sophomore, excuse me. Last year was 23-1 and only allowed 8 goals with 18 shutouts. There's a corner kick. Katie Erickson knocks it away from the goalie. The creeping in. There's O'Corn working on the far side. Scheidenhelm for Canon-McMillan. Scheidenhelm going through defenders, crossing too far for Whipple, sprinting after it to try to keep it on the field of play, and does as Addie Roman near side. Addie Roman for Madison Whipple in the box, poked away from Whipple, taken away by Norwin's number 32, Mara O'Donnell.
It will be the boys' AAA soccer championship, Paul.
And that is
Mars and Chartiers Valley.
Oh, we should have done that.
Because we did Char Valley.
we did both of those. We did those semifinal games last
Yes, we did. We had Mars. We did them both. We were there for them. Come on, Paul.
9.5 to play in the second half. 3-0 Norwin.
Too much sports and too little time here. I've done so many games this past week, I can't keep them all straight.
That triple-header last week, by the end of the night, I was calling teams by the wrong name.
Yep.
O'Donnell sends it. Kayla Williams sprinting after it and knocked away from her and out of bounds by Samantha Germeyer of Canon-McMillan.
If you go back to Saturday, I had 3 soccer, 2 volleyball on Tuesday, soccer on Thursday, football last night, and soccer again today. I'm lucky I know where I am.
Norwin fans starting the "It's All Over" chant. Poked away from Lexi Colano. They're up ahead. Annabelle Thomas with a lead pass, but Wexel's going to take control of the ball and grab it. There's 8:45 to play in this game, Lou.
Yeah, Addie Roman coming in quickly, but unable to get there. And I think when all is said and done, Canon Mac's going to look back at this game and they're going to think about the missed opportunities they had, because they could have very easily had a lead at halftime, but they were unable to convert on chances that they had. Good chances in close, including a penalty kick.
Madison Whipple sends one into the box, but it's headed out of there. Here come the Norwin Knights. Long kick ahead for Kayla Williams. Taken away from her by Riley O'Corn. Waiting for it near side, Sydney Snyder. Snyder, this one's headed by Jenicola in the direction of Harrigan. And Harrigan, little collision with Scheidenhelm. But with 7:55 and turning to play in this game, Lou, Norwin leading 3-0. How long have I been doing high school sports?
A long time, Paul.
And where did I go to high school?
Can I say it and not get you in trouble?
I'm going to just say this.
You're a proud Norwin grad.
I'm going to say this very briefly. I've been broadcasting high school sports for more than 30 years, and I've never done a game where my alma mater has won a championship. So,
me either.
We did Bell Vernon winning the softball championship.
Oh, that's right. We did Bell Vernon win the softball championship. You are correct.
The game that Elizabeth York
that's right.
Still doesn't know how it lost that game.
That's right. We did do that. Thank you for reminding me. I'm getting old here, Paul. But I've only been broadcasting about 10 years now. Coaching a long time before that.
Now
we're even.
Yep. Well, this one's not over yet, but it's going to take a miracle, as the old Denise Williams song said. As we close in on 7 minutes to play, Norwin leading 3-0. 2 goals from Emily Harrigan, 1 from Lexi Colano. Ball being headed back and forth on the far side of the field.
And Norwin's happy to do that because they're just killing clock and keeping possession.
Out of bounds will be a throw-in for Canon Mac. Jaden Williams on the far side. A couple more substitutions for Norwin. Michelina Rush. And number 17, Julia Scarmati.
And Emily Harrigan's coming out.
And Alyssa Victor is too. But these 2 girls can play. And this is a good team. They got the PIAA playoffs left to go, and they feel they have some unfinished business. Losing in the PIAA semifinals to Upper St. Clair last year, the Norwin Knights feel they got some unfinished business.
Yep.
WPIAL championship was first on their mind. Now they're only 6 minutes and change from that. They can start looking to the PIAA playoffs in a first-round matchup with Fox Chapel, who they beat 1-0 in the semifinals last week.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing on the far side of the field for the Knights.
And I'm sure they're going to be ready for that one as well, having remembered what happened last year to them.
There's a chance for the Knights. There's a collision. Colano in there still battling. On the ground, kicks one back. And I think there's going to be a foul called on Colano. She was on the ground.
And they called a foul on her.
And kicked that ball somehow while doing like almost a spread eagle. And we will hope to go down on the field for some center stage interviews with members of the Norwin Knights
And get the pictures.
And recap. I guess I have to write this week.
You get to write the recap. I wrote all 3 of them.
Cheyenne Tress and a diving. Wexel comes out of the net to grab that one.
And it's always fun to go down in the field after the game.
Absolutely. Love interviewing these kids. There's a header by Scheidenhelm.
I have a pretty good idea who we want to interview today, too.
There's a few girls out there we can.
I think Harrigan's going to be one. Wexel could be another.
In the box, Canon-McMillan, but it's taken away from Addie Roman. There's Mara O'Donnell on the far side. Some new players in for Norwin, as we mentioned. That kick goes ahead for Kayla Williams, but Canon-McMillan gets it back. Annabelle Thomas, Isabel Scheidenhelm. That one gets past Katie Erickson of Norwin, but she goes back after and just boots it out of bounds. And these are things Norwin can do because ball goes out of bounds, it doesn't stop the clock.
No, it doesn't. And once this game's complete, we'll have all the girls champions out of the WPIAL in the 4 classifications. Of course, Shadyside Academy, Class A today, the upset over Greensburg Central Catholic. They'll represent 1A as the number 1 team. 2A is Freedom, who I had a chance to see the other night. 3A is Moon. And 4A, it pretty much looks like it's going to be Norwin here.
Just about 4 minutes to play in this one. Norwin leading 3-0. His body's gone to the ground. Trying to body that ball there was Julia Scamardi. And there's a chance in on net. Shot and a score. Canon-McMillan is on the board. Addie Roman averts the shutout.
Number 11, Addie Roman.
With 3 minutes and 57 seconds to play. And Wexel was at Roman's mercy.
Yeah, Wexel didn't have a chance on that. Roman broke in all alone.
24, 3 rows. 25.
More substitutions coming into the Norwin lineup as Lauren Karcher's emptying her bench. Still 3 minutes and 57 seconds to play in this one. Now 3-1.
And we all know what can happen, having been there.
We have seen miracles this year already. Norwin keeps it on the Canon-McMillan side of the field. Number 18 for Norwin, Madeline Mahalchik in the game now. Canon-McMillan gets it back. Long lead pass. There's a header. But Dermis waiting for it for Norwin. Sends it across midfield. Sydney Snyder. Snyder up to Annabelle Thomas, but Katie Erickson knocks her off the ball. And Katie Erickson sends it on the Canon-McMillan side of the field. Riley O'Corn for Canon-McMillan. O'Corn kicks it into some open space. But there's another Norwin defender, Jenna Cola. Jenna Cole up to Julia Scamardi, taken away. Canon-McMillan, another lead pass, but there's the Norwin defense. Cheyenne Tress. Tress handling the ball under the defensive pressure of number 9 for Norwin, Alexis Carson in the game. And there's Scamardi, but there's some open space. Tress with a kick, and this one's going to roll out of bounds. Canon-McMillan as the clock winds under 3 minutes for a throw-in.
The Big Macs have not given up.
Snyder looking when the ball is thrown in. There were two Canon-McMillan girls with the ball, and that's going to kill time as there's some confusion, and the clock still runs. And that's going to be some sort of infraction. The clock stops with 2 minutes and 42 seconds to play. It's 3-1 Norwin. Now Snyder gets it, she'll throw it in. Some precious time was chewed off the clock with that 2-ball confusion there. Snyder throws it into the box area, and it's knocked out of there. A couple of Norwin girls getting their toes on the ball. This one's coming towards the goal. Sam Wexel runs out after it and grabs it. Cheyenne Tress was creeping up, and then Wexel rolls it quickly up the far side of the field. Ball in some open space, comes across midfield. And there's number 17, Scamardi for Norwin. Up ahead to number 18, Mahalchik, and this one's going to go back towards the goal, and Virgin clamps it. And Megan Virgin with the drop kick over on the far side for Cheyenne Tress, too far for her. And Emily Arnold's going to go back after it for Norwin, and it just rolls out of bounds. Under 2 minutes to play, 1:56 to be exact. More substitutions in for Norwin.
In the game for Norwin, number 36.
Alyssa Victor's back in. Oh, it's Alyssa Victor, Lexi Kendro, and Emily Harrigan. They're going to make sure they put this one away. They put those 3 starters back on.
Yep.
With 100 ticks left on the second half clock. 3-1 Norwin.
Canon-McMillan was coming on strong.
There's the throw into Harrigan. This one's high in the air by Canon-McMillan to the far side of the field. Katie Erickson's got a beat on it, but it's knocked away from her body going to the ground, then knocked out of bounds by Erickson. Corner kick for Canon-McMillan. So on the near side of the field as the clock winds down to about a minute. We got a minute 10 right now. Corner kick near side to the left of goalie Sam Wexel. Kick into the box. Crossing pattern. Norwin gets a handle on it, and Dermis sends it out of the box. There's a shot by Williams deflected. 1 minute to play. Long kick for Norwin. Stopped at midfield by O'Corn. Deflected away from her by number 25, Brianna Rose for Norwin. This one up in the air. There's a header by Jenna Cola over for Emily Arnold. This one going in the box area. Canon-McMillan. Adine O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue battling for the ball. A double team on her. Her shot deflected. There's one kick to the goal. Deflected by Emily Arnold. Ball being popped up in the air. Headed away by Lexi Kendro. Canon-McMillan trying to control. There's a pass up ahead. Harrigan's got the ball. Emily Harrigan with some open space. Emily Harrigan, 3-on-1 for the Norwin Knights. Lexi Kendro. Kendro shoots and it goes over the top of the net.
Goal kick for Canon-Mac.
Goal kick for Canon-McMillan with 15 seconds to play. Megan Virgin going to take this goal kick. We're in the final 10 seconds. Virgin's kick up in the air. Victor pokes it forward. The WPIAL Class 4A Girls Soccer Champions are the Norwin Knights. The final score, Norwin 3, Canon-McMillan 1. You're listening to exclusive coverage of the 2016 WPIAL Soccer Finals, sponsored by Progress and Carlow University on the MSA Sports Network.
MSASports.net is the place to click on every day this fall.
On Mondays, we have the latest MSA Sports Top 10 football rankings.
Also on Monday, we check in on the former district stars now making the grade in college with WPIAL alum Q&A.
Tuesday is a look back at the biggest and best plays from the previous Scholastic football weekend with the plays of the week.
We go big game hunting on Wednesday with a preview of the top WPIAL football contests.
I'll look into my crystal ball on Thursday with the wildly popular Chicks Picks.
A complete rundown of all the games comes your way on Friday, plus plenty of broadcasts to choose from on Friday nights.
On Saturday, we'll take a look at the top performances with Friday night highlights. Then on Sunday, a look back at the previous day's high school standouts with Saturday's Scholastic Stars.
Anytime, anywhere, always there this fall with the MSA Sports Network at MSASports.net.
Paul Patera, Lou Rude at Highmark Stadium, where the Norwin Knights won the WPIAL Girls Class 4A Soccer Championship 3-1. Emily Arnold was injured late in the game there, and she's being helped up and limping off the field, but the pain will be erased by the championship. So you got to take it out. Well, let me give you the scoring.
Give the score real quick, and then we'll take the last
Norwin
break.
had a 1-0 lead in the first half. Emily Harrigan off the Alyssa Victor pass. There was a save of a penalty kick in the first half by Sam Wexel of Norwin off Adine O'Donoghue. 2 goals in the second half for Norwin at 38-42. Emily Harrigan from Kelly Kongursky and Lexi Colano on a perfect feed from Harrigan at 35-17. Canon-McMillan did avert the shutout with 3:57 to play. Addie Roman scoring the goal. And that was our final score, 3-1.
And we'll just go to our break and go right into our close.
All right.
Be the quick, because we got to go down and take pictures, and we've got to get videos.
All right, so let's go down on the field. Your final score, once again, Norwin 3, Canon-McMillan 1. Remember, your home for all WPIAL playoff actions, the MSA Sports Network. Keep it right here. The boys' AAA game coming up next, Chartiers Valley against Mars. For my partner, Lou Rude, this is Paul Patera wishing all of you a fantastic weekend.
Log on every Wednesday night. Log on every Wednesday night at 7 for the latest high school football news during this week in the WPIAL here on the MSA Sports Network. Join Don Rebel and other members of the MSA Sports team as they visit with WPIAL football coaches, plus they run down the upcoming schedule and preview the weekend's top high school football games. That's this week in the WPIAL, every Wednesday at 7 p.m. this fall, only on the MSA Sports Network.
You You have been listening to exclusive coverage of the 2016 WPIAL Soccer Playoffs at MSASports.net, sponsored by Progress, by Carlow University, by First Commonwealth Bank, by UPMC Sports Medicine, by Officially Sports, by Dollar Bank, by Monticello's Italian Restaurant, and by Management Science Associates. You can follow all the WPIAL fall postseason action by logging on every day to www.msasports.net. The preceding has been an exclusive presentation of the Management Science Associates Sports Network.